everybody, I'm Jason, this is the Freeburg Garage. Today we are doing the FXR paint project once again. Last one we had this all primed and prepped, and then prepped again to get some spots cleared up. It's looking real good, went over it. I'm very happy with how everything's laid out. Now we need to knock down this primer and make it nice and smooth to touch so we can get this nice and painted and hopefully get the inside painted today is what I'm trying to shoot for. We'll go over the whole process because the inside paint is a tricky one. All right, let's get to it. We are prepping the fairing for paint. We gotta go from 400 to 800 grit to knock this primer down. I should say, we'll try and go a little bit lighter first so you don't have to do all that work, but that's probably where we're gonna have to land. Got a lot of dry spots, some thicker, some low, some high, whatever it is. We gotta get this nice, smooth to touch, get rid of any scratches so that when we shoot it with the color, that it doesn't pop back up. Now, in particular, the color that I want to go with is that OEM matte finish, like the street glides, road glides have them. And Harley does not have a paint code, and when you go take the pieces to like a painter, it's just a matte finish, and the best way to have it is a rattle can. And I really don't want to do a rattle can because you can get drips and just splotches, but I have an idea how I'm going to shoot it. And this process of prepping it should make it a lot easier. I got the right sandpaper through my painter supply, much better than the auto parts store, way cheaper, eighth of cost. I got some new blocks too to be able to get in here. Whole different story. I'm trying to knock this down a lot faster than I've been doing in the process. So super stoked to try these tools. Let's get into it and get it done. All right, starting off with 400 grit, new sticky pad on here. Let's see how it does. So I wanted to keep sanding on the stand, but it just got way too wobbly. So I put it on the table, started sanding, forgot to record. So this is where we are now. And I have about this quarter section done at the 400 grit. There's a lot of work to be done. I'm hoping that we can get this done in the video to be able to shoot, but I don't know where that's gonna land. A lot of pieces that I'm getting down to. Looks great, looks a little more rough than it shows on the camera. We got those splotches going on, that's normal. It's kind of like the match between the primer, the low, and then the back to the plastic that's beneath. Once we spray it, it'll all blend back together. So still looking pretty good on that. Just got a lot more work to do. So just get back to sanding, that's pretty much it. Alright, so I've been sanding for a couple hours now on this 400 grit, and there's a lot of primer to knock down. You get over the main base, and then you still have this grittiness that's deep into the primer that you have to go through, and then you'll see it smooth out after that, where it's like a nice, fine finish. And that's just on the 400. We still gotta move up to the 600 and wet sand that, and then it'll be technically good to go. But we're gonna use this degreaser here and see how the lines look. Think I have the majority of them, but I know there's some corners on here that need to be still touched up. It's become larger than I thought it was gonna be. All right, so I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit, and then we'll come back to it, see how everything pans out from there. But we need to go check out some paint that I have for this back side here, the inner cockpit, and see what it looks like, all right? So let me go grab that. So I've had this box up in my attic area for the last year and a half or so. Let's see what we can do, right? I forgot who even makes this. All right. Color Bond, the Inside Advantage. Look at that. LVP refreshener. Doesn't mean anything. I think this is just their like mix to get to that matte finish, supposedly. So I actually want to shoot this now and see what this looks like. we have a door hinge. So it's supposed to look close to that. It's kind of dingy, dirty, a little marked up. So I'm gonna shoot it first, actually, probably on a box first, it'd probably be smart, and then see if it comes close to this, and then see if we're doing all this work for something that's actually going to work out. All right, so I'm gonna go shoot it, and let's see what it comes back. All right, so the box didn't really work out. Just black, can't even tell the difference. I mean, kind of looks like it, but paper was probably a bad idea to do that. So we're actually just gonna shoot the glove box handle. Like I said, these are already torn up, so nothing about any mess ups, and anything colored more is just gonna make it look better, all right? So I'll be back, I'm gonna shoot this. And we're back. All right, so I shot the lower half of the glove box handle, left the upper half so we can see the original to show the difference, and bam, look at that. Back to black. God, that's beautiful. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought that stuff was a joke at first when I shot it. Didn't look like it was gonna match, and after it dried, it came out beautifully. No drips too, look at that. Smooth, all right? So that stuff is a home run. So if you have any cracks and you're trying to rematch your inner fairing, this stuff is awesome. So I'll leave a link below if you guys are interested in trying to do that. It's kind of a weird one to do, I guess, if you're trying to redo your inner fairing. If you are, you're probably got a crack or some massive damage. Sorry to hear about that. But there is a color to match again if you want to go back to OEM. So super stoked about this. All right, so that's good. Let's hop back to the fairing. Let's see how it's doing. All right, so the fairing's looking pretty good after sanding everything down. Blotches seem to have disappeared where I needed it. Just needs to go through now on wet sand. I had to stop because down below there's a crack, very small, but it runs right along here, about a half of an inch, that I noticed when I was going around the bottom double checking things, and I gotta stop. I can't go any further on this. This sucks. I thought I was gonna be able to paint this whole side of here on this episode, but I can't. I'm going to need to ABS cement this, sand it down a bit, fix it. It's not a big deal, but I can't paint this tonight knowing that that's there. It doesn't make sense to waste all the paint, go back and just have that there. Or to leave it open, that doesn't make any sense, to put all this time and effort into it and just to have a small crack still there. So sucks. Was really looking forward to getting this side painted and moved on, but still need to do a bunch of wet sanding. Probably should have used like 320 grit sandpaper, then 400, then 600. Probably would have made it a lot faster. It seems like this primer stuff is thick. Not used to doing that much sanding, so just a lot more work than unexpected. Big failure for this one, guys. Thought we were gonna get it painted, but for now, that'll about right for me in this one. I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button, tap that like, press that notification, leave a comment below and tell me what you think. And for those who are already subscribed, thank you, and as always, stay free. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.